here we are with Chapter 10, Lesson 7, Multiplying Mixed Numbers. So let's look at our first example. It says a blueberry muffin recipe calls for 1/2 cup of blueberries. A blueberry pie recipe calls for 3.5 times more blueberries. So how many cups of blueberries are needed to make the pie? So you can see over here that they have built a model to represent, okay? Here's our 1/2 cup. Okay, and this is 3.5 times that. So we're going to color 3.5 times that. So 1, that's one hole. 2, that's our second hole. 3, that's our third hole. And then 1/2. We only colored 1/2 here because they didn't ask us for a hole. Okay, so how many squares did we shade? 2, 4, 6, and one more is 7. Okay. Then it says the shaded squares can be rearranged to form part of the model to the right. So they basically just took these squares and created a 2 by 4 grid. So you can see now that we can segment that into one hole here and 3/4 there. Just cut it right in half. Okay, so we have 7/4, don't we? So as a mixed number, we can convert that into one whole and 3 out of 4. So the blueberry pie recipe calls for 1 3/4 cups of blueberries. Let's look at example number 2. So let's check out our key concept first. Okay? It says to multiply mixed numbers, write the mixed numbers as improper fractions, right? So that means the numerators are going to be bigger than the denominators. Then we're going to multiply across like we do with any other fraction. So let's start. We're going to find the unknown. 1 1/2 times 3 3/4. So 1 1/2 is the same as, well, 2 times 1 is 2, plus one more is 3. So 3/2. Okay, there's our first improper fraction. And 3 3/4 can be converted into 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 more is 15. And our denominator is 4. So 3 times 15 over 2 times 4. Well, 3 times 15, well, let's just do it. 5 times 3 is 15. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 more is 4. So that's 45 over 8. But we have a massive improper fraction, don't we? So now we have to convert back to our mixed number. So 45 divided by 8. Well, we know 8 times 5 is 40. So we'll subtract, and we've got a remainder of 5. So we know that 8 goes into 45 5 times with 5 left over, and our denominator is 8. So 1 1/2 times 3 3/4 is 5 5/8. Okay. Should we do one more? Are you freaking out? Don't freak out. Okay. So we're going to write in simplest form. We're going to find 4 1/5 times 1/2. So 4 1/5, 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 is 21 over 5. So there's our first improper fraction. This one is fine. It's not a mixed number, so we can just multiply across now, can't we? So 21 times 1 is 21, and 5 times 2 is 10. All right, so how many times does 10 go into 21? Well, let's say 2. 10 times 2 is 20. The remainder of 1. So 10 goes into 21 2 times, And our remainder is 1, and our denominator is 10, because our denominator stays the same. So 4/5 times 1/2 is 2 and 1/10. Thanks for watching.